But we also have legends and stories that have magical cauldrons in them. And then when we learn about these legends, they can give us a deeper and richer understanding of what we use the cauldron for in magic. So, one of the ones that I want to share with you is a super famous one. Ceridwen's Cauldron is a really famous story from Celtic legend and lore. So, according to the late medieval tale of Taliesin, Ceridwen's son, Morfan, was so ugly that Ceridwen sought to make him wise. Because he wasn't good looking, she was going to make him smart. So she made a potion in her magical cauldron, as the legend goes. And that potion was to grant the gift of wisdom and poetic inspiration. And that's what she was working on. Now, this potion in this cauldron had to be boiled for a year and a day. Well, she wasn't going to sit there for a year and a day. So she got a blind man to tend the fire, and she got a young boy, Goyan, to stir the potion over the year. Now, when Goyan was serving, when he was stirring the potion, he accidentally dropped 3 drops on his fingers. Now, this potion was very magical. The first 3 drops of this potion would give wisdom, but the rest of the potion would be a fatal poison. Now, he splashed 3 drops onto his fingers, and he then hot potion on his fingers. He stuck his fingers in his mouth because they were burned. And then he gained all that wisdom and knowledge that Ceridwen had intended for her son. Now, since the story goes on and on and on about that, she got mad, she found out, she got mad. So he ran, she chased after him, she destroyed him, but he couldn't be destroyed. And then he was reborn as Taliesin, the poet, the really famous poet and bard. So this is an amazing story that features a cauldron in it. And it's this cauldron where this witch goddess was making this potion of wisdom, transformation, right? There's another story coming from Celtic legend and lore, which is the cauldron of Bran the Blessed. So Bran was a mighty warrior god who obtains a magic cauldron from Ceridwen, which could resurrect the corpse of dead warriors placed inside it. It would take the dead corpse, put it inside this big magic cauldron, and then the warrior would come out alive. Another legendary cauldron. There's the Cauldron of Dagda, and in the mythological cycle of early Irish literature, there were 4 treasures that were given that were supposed to have come from 4 island cities when they arrived in Ireland. And one of those treasures was the Cauldron of the Dagda, which was like a cornucopia. It was constantly producing food. No one would ever go hungry. No one would ever want. This magical cauldron would constantly produce food and plenty for everyone. So that cauldron was known as the Undry, and it was said to be like a bottomless, hey, it was an all you can eat buffet. It was a bottomless cauldron that would always serve food. There's another one that comes from Wales, the Cauldron of Dinwich the Giant. And that was a Welsh tale. And the Cauldron of Dinwich the Giant is said to discriminate between cowards and brave men. It would not boil meat for a coward, but it would boil quickly if that meat belonged to a brave man, if he was cooking in the cauldron. So it was like a test.